Welcome. You're listening to the Rutten River Pursuits podcast. Join our epic pro staff around the Sonic Campfire for stories and adventures from our eastern mountains to the Chesapeake Salt. Let our highs and lows inspire you to take to the outdoors.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Rutten River Pursuits podcast. I'm excited. I'm Steve.
You sound excited.
Stevie, you sound like you're half asleep, bud.
I'm thrilled.
I'm Will.
I'm Ryan.
We got the whole group here.
We
the
do.
The whole group's here.
And we have a couple more people in the house.
Yeah. It's getting deep in here.
It is getting deep in here.
See what I did there?
We're going to deeper. We're going to need some sonar.
So who's here?
Yeah, who do we got with us?
Who's here?
Oh, I'm Ryan.
You're
Is that what you mean?
Are you still here, bud?
I'm here.
Excellent. Sean's in house. Uncle Catfish is in house.
I'm just going to say, Deeper's here.
There it is.
Oh, you said that.
You
I was waiting. Finally, I can talk.
I wouldn't have set it up.
I'm sorry, I couldn't wait.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. We've been talking about this for weeks.
You blew it.
We like to build up all the anticipate.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
Sean?
Sean.
We got Sean.
Anticipate.
So we actually have the guys here from Deeper.
So how did you manage that?
This is Stevie's thing.
How did Stevie manage that?
Magic.
Yeah, we
Pulled
were
a
just
sonar
having
out of his
breakfast,
hat.
and next moment, United States.
Yeah.
So I think what happened was we were here for the iCast.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Deeper was here.
And since you're in town, a.k.a.
Why not?
Florida,
why USA?
why not come to Pennsylvania?
Well, I mean, relatively speaking, Florida is right next to us
Compared
when
to-
they're from Lithuania.
to
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like right there, hop, skip, and a jump.
So who are you guys? What's your names? Introduce yourself a little bit.
Well, I'm Lucas.
And I'm Naz.
Yeah.
And we are from Deeper Smart Sonar.
Yeah. Lucas, this is old hat for you now.
Lucas
Yeah,
is
yeah,
a
I've
reoccurring
done one.
character.
I've done a podcast with you guys. Yeah, introducing Deeper to the world.
Yeah.
It's
That was
good to
fun.
be back here.
That was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, he promised to be here with you, and he always fulfills his promises. So.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect it
He
to
did.
fulfill it that fast, but yeah, there
That's
you go.
impressive.
You're exactly right. You did say one day you might come to Pennsylvania. I didn't know it would be
Yeah, he's like, I have
2 or 3 months after.
8 best friends I need to go
Go
visit.
visit.
Yeah, so be careful next time you talk to people and invite them. Be aware they might come. Literally.
Now,
Be
this,
careful, guys.
And put you to work.
So
I'll tell you what, I'm excited to talk about everything that we've already done this far. But
gosh, I'm tired.
it's been a rough road for you, buddy.
I can't say that.
We've been busy.
If this is work, I don't.
This
Yeah,
is a
I don't
good
wanna-
tired.
I don't want to turn away from something like this in the future. This has been amazing. So everybody that we tell has 8 new best friends needs to try to pull off a trip like this. So thank you to you guys for
Absolutely.
taking us up on that invitation and actually coming here and living the dream with us, because this is awesome.
You know, it's kind of what we do on the regular, but
We would have been doing this anyway, so marathon fishing,
Marathon fishing, filming.
to start speaking,
Yeah.
sun up to sundown. We do that all the time.
we always do testimonials.
Testimonials, cameras everywhere.
I'll tell you, if you guys weren't here, though, I would have done one thing different yesterday. I
What?
probably would have caught more fish.
You would have.
I blame
But
the
you
cameras. Yeah,
but you were so humble.
Yeah. Well, I'm the humblest
Shy
guy I
and
know.
humble.
He is very humble. Bless his heart.
Yeah. Well, Stevie, give us a recap. Where did we start from to get to this point, and what have we already accomplished?
A couple weeks ago, maybe, I don't know, that might have been a couple months ago by now. It's been a while. Lucas had mentioned that the Deeper team would be coming to Orlando for iCast and wanted to know if they could, swing on up here to Pennsylvania in between a couple of shows and hang out with us. And I thought long and hard for a second and a half. and I emailed the guys. And,
Yeah, he's like, I don't know about this.
I don't know. Yeah.
Apprehension.
But we played it cool and checked with the guys to make sure that everybody was up for it, because it was
I know
a big
how
deal.
I know how this really went down. Then Lucas was like, "Hey, would you guys be interested? Is it okay if we come up?" Steve's like, "Yeah, please."
Yeah, he was more nonchalant. Like, that would be good.
Yeah, we got a couple other people that were entertained in that weekends, but we'll squeeze you guys in. But no,
So you're in Florida. Why don't you just come up to Pennsylvania?
Why not?
So close.
Why not? But yeah, so Lucas, why don't you take a few minutes, tell us why? I mean, who better to tell us why you're here?
We got our side
than you.
of the story.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, actually, after that podcast and altogether that communication, we just kept in touch with Steve, with Will, with Catfish. It's like, you guys are really awesome guys. So honestly, I just wanted to meet you, and we needed some guys to film, to do some stuff around. I just loved you guys, and I'm thinking, okay, I'll pitch this idea to my higher ups. So, okay, we're gonna go to Pennsylvania. There's a team of guys who really know how to fish, and we needed that kind of like material and content. And they just approved it and said, "Yeah, let's go there."
That's
awesome. And that's pretty much my dream coming true, is to actually meet you guys.
And if we had a nickel for every time we heard that,
we would have.
You had a nickel.
we'd have a nickel.
Exactly one nickel.
Yeah, so I'm having a blast here.
Yeah.
We're doing some serious fishing here, so everything really worked out. So I'm glad.
I think that it's funny because we had a nice little conversation earlier where, I guess if we back it up, you kind of get a sense of this in the previous podcast that we did with Deeper, but we filled out the application to become part of the Heroes in their Hero program, and I guess you get a lot of applications, right?
Yeah, numbers.
Lots of numbers. Yes.
Yeah, that's a lot of process.
Did you ever have anybody send you an application that said, "Hey, there's like 8 of us that want to be heroes"? So it's not.
There were one sort of team of like 6, but I checked their profile. It's like, nah, you're hunters, you're not fishers, and that's about it.
Yeah,
but. Not even a 6, I would say. Yeah, you guys said that the letters is like there's 8 of us. Like, oh crap.
Yeah, better.
And all together, like,
check these guys out.
That could be interesting.
Yeah,
it's like everybody says like 2 heads better than 1. So I reckon what they would say
8's
like 8 heads maybe better than 2.
Better than 2.
Yeah.
Well, we could actually just try to direct people back to whatever the episode number was that we had Lucas on before to get the background of what it is that they're doing. But I think the product's cool enough that I want you to actually just give us a couple of minutes here for anybody that doesn't already know. And if you don't, you're way behind.
That's an awesome
way
idea. Way
behind the game. But what is Deeper? Give us a quick, what's down with that? Deeper
is a portable and castable sonar. It was initially designed for shore anglers because it's a fresh company. It's like 5 years old, and our CEO and founders figured like shore anglers don't have the luxury of the sonar. Like you have like bass boats and massive boats with their massive transducers there. They have the luxury of the sonar, fish finder, feature finder, all that kind of stuff, and they don't have it. The shore anglers specifically going for that, so they just figured let's fill that void with Deeper. So they designed and developed the Deeper sonar, which is shore anglers can just cast it out. It syncs with your smartphone, and you get all the professional sonar readings directly into your smartphone. You can see everything what's happening from top to the water to the bottom.
Yes.
All the beautiful arches of the fish, all the structure, water temperature, depths, everything. Pretty much you can see everything. You can map it out. You can create like bathymetrics, underwater structure maps. It's a lot you can do with the Deeper.
Yes.
It's just you just use your imagination to your best benefit. can use
Yeah,
it.
and the best about it is that it's suitable for all seasons, whenever you want to use that. It's a tennis ball size device that fits in your pocket or any tackle box, and it incorporates two devices in one. This is a portable sonar, and this is a flasher that is applicable for ice fishing. In one click, it just becomes a flasher, so you don't need those bulky batteries, wires anymore, and you pay way cheaper.
You just need a cell phone.
You just need a
you
cell
still need
phone.
a cell phone, yes.
Yeah, a cell phone and an app.
And if you have not switched to cell phone, smartphone yet, that's a good reason to do that immediately. Many people
if
here
you haven't switched to a
still
cell
using
phone, you're probably
feature
not
phone.
using wireless sonar anyhow.
Yeah, they're not listening to a podcast.
Or listening to it.
Good point.
Yeah. So the last 2 days, we've been on a marathon fishing
Odyssey.
expedition, Odyssey,
Odyssey's a good word for it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, that's why I
Sounds
said
epic.
with a professional cameraman. This guy's legit.
Oh yeah, our video making machine.
Yeah, we tried to break him.
Unbreakable.
We tried-
Video making machine.
We tried to break George.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys must have got close because I didn't notice the knee brace yesterday, but he's walking around with the brace on his knee today, so you must have hurt him.
No, he has a broken meniscus.
Well, I was just playing it up a little bit.
Nah,
If they tried to break him.
We broke his meniscus.
No.
You couldn't even break it when he was already broken.
You broke his
No, he's
medulla
meniscus
oblongata.
here. Filming us is so rugged.
It's hard to keep up with this crew. So
It's great.
Yeah. But no, so yesterday, Ryan, you didn't talk hardly at all yesterday.
No, I was pretty
why
quiet.
don't you give us a little rundown of what we did yesterday?
Did you actually talk, or it was just IT stuff, or
we talked about computers and networking
Did you?
type stuff. It was
voiceovers?
Normal day.
voiceover work.
Butterscotch voice.
Butterscotch.
I'm going to do
voice.
some hand modeling for them for some close up.
I saw you got your nails cut.
Yeah, I did that with my teeth. No, what we did yesterday was we took the guys out. We wanted to really give them a realistic perspective of what fishing on public waters is like in
Extremely
South Central
pressured
Pennsylvania.
Public
Some
waters.
overfished, underpopulated, sauna temperature waters. No, we took the guys out to Gifford Pinchot State Park in South Central Pennsylvania. It is a beautiful fishery. The scenery is really nice. Through the week, first light, not a big crowd. It's just unfortunate with the time of year that we're doing this. The water's just really, really warm. I think at one point I had a surface temperature reading with the deeper unit 91 degrees for the water.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Will caught a little sunny or panfish there. It was already cooked until he pulled it up onto
It's like
It was. I had bread with me. It was mayonnaise and ketchup and
Sunny jerky. Yeah.
But yeah, we took the guys out to Pinchot, and really what we were trying to do is focus on the benefits of using. We started off the benefits of using the Deeper Pro as a kayak-mounted device. Right, so this thing was affixed to the kayak by way of a little flexible arm. So it's into the water, and you're using it similar to the way that a bass boat would use their fish finders, things like that. But the best part about this, and again, as you guys will hear as you watch some of these videos that we put together, I'm new to the world of bass fishing. I'm new to the world of kayaks and kayak fishing. Here, my friend. And what I love about it is I've recently purchased a kayak, and I don't have to drill a hole in my kayak for this fish finder or depth finder or sonar, however you want to refer to it. I don't have to drill a hole in it, and I still get all of the benefits plus some. It's not only is it something that's affixed to the boat, but then I can also just remove it, cast it out. If there's a cove, maybe I don't want to get in and disturb the fish. Although, from what I understand with kayak fishing, it's kind of nice anyway. It's not like you're running in there with a big boat.
Disturbing too much.
Or if the lake suddenly freezes.
Yeah, if the lake suddenly freezes. That wasn't happening yesterday, but if it did. But yeah, we focused on the kayak fishing first thing in the morning. Fishing was tough. The fish were deep. They were lethargic. didn't have a whole lot of luck. Thank goodness we had David Kyle with us.
Yeah.
He could actually get a couple of fish in the boat, so you guys got it.
Field staff, David
You guys
Kyle.
got some footage of
We
some fish
marked
being landed.
several. I mean, it wasn't as though we weren't marking fish with this.
Oh yeah,
sonar.
we marking
we
massive arches.
we marked some really big fish out in the middle of the lake. You know,
quite deep as well. It's
quite
hard
deep.
to get them.
yeah. And later in the
lazy.
day, we learned, you know, the best way that we should have been fishing for this, but at the time, it just wasn't. I don't know, for whatever reason, we were targeting more close to shore with where there was
Yeah.
more cover, and overhanging trees and rocks and stumps and those sorts of things.
We were focusing a lot on the shallow water cover,
Yeah.
which some places that'll be where the fish are at, but
Yeah.
turns out they were just really deep. The best part for me for the whole day yesterday was using that thing to start mapping out this lake. I found all kinds of new structure I didn't know was there.
Isn't that
Spots
cool?
that I thought were like, these are my go-to honey holes. Yeah, there's really no reason for me to be fishing there. I got lucky maybe with a couple of the catches, so I'm not going to focus any more effort there.
Yeah.
I found some new honey holes that we could check out.
This session for me was like the first time I got to use the deeper on my own. You know, I've seen it before and used it with Uncle Catfish and a little bit with Stevie, but not much. Mostly Uncle Catfish, and it was the first time I kind of was behind the wheel, and you know,
There's no learning curve there, right? I mean, you
It's
just
just-
the app of your phone.
Yeah.
Start.
You're just looking
yeah.
at your phone, at your display, and you know, there's fish. It's right there.
How long do you guys think? You know, Will,
That-
with your kayak with the trolling motor,
Yeah.
Pincho's what, like 300 acres or so, something like that.
Think so.
How long do you? And there's no, you can't go to the local bait shop or library or whatever.
They'll tell. I mean, the
And-
dude at the bait shop will tell you all about the lake.
Yeah.
But he can't-
He will. But he does. He's not selling. He's not selling bathymetric maps.
That's like the
of
fourth
that
time.
lake.
Another
That's
one.
the fourth time this weekend I've heard that word.
He's selling.
I'm just going to say underwater topography, but
Yeah.
Underwater topography works.
Nobody's
Whatever makes sense.
selling or making maps of lakes that size. I mean, they might sell how many, but how long do you think?
What is he selling? He's like peanut butter and jelly.
He's selling tackle,
Husker doos.
peanut butter and
Husker
jelly
doos.
tubes with or without the scooter stick,
Extra chunky.
extra chunky. Yeah.
Grilled cheese style tubes.
How long do you figure? You guys both got to see the mapping feature deeper. So a lake like Pincho, 300 acres or so.
Yeah.
How long do you figure it would take to map that entire lake and forever have an underwater topography map of that lake?
I'll tell you what,
That you could
you do what we did
share with your
yesterday.
best
We
friends.
were on the water for what? 5 hours
we were
solid.
on the water for half an hour.
5 to 6.
5 to 6. Yeah.
If you would have had a trolling motor,
Yeah.
and just went up and down, maybe 2 passes in the center of that thing, the only thing you maybe wouldn't have picked up in those couple of swipes, of course, using the wide cone, which is
Yeah.
the 90 kilohertz. if I
90
said-
kilohertz. Yeah. 55.
That's the wider
degrees angle.
cone on the sonar. Using that, there's maybe a cove here or there. And if you didn't pick it up, of course, you can swing back in and get it,
Yeah.
or you can do the onshore
Yeah.
part of it. If you've got the GPS, the Pro Plus unit, you can do the onshore part to finish off your map. And honestly, half a day, man, 6
Yeah.
hours, you'd have that lake mapped out, and it'd be
How
But with
fast?
trolling
But-
motor, yeah, you have to have
The
that.
beautiful thing about this is that you do it once and you have it.
Yeah.
Forever.
So you spend a couple hours one day, map the lake out, and forever you know that lake.
Can you
You have a leg up on everyone.
can you, Stevie,
Yeah.
not fish a day? Like and
I would troll while I was mapping.
So we
can't say
combine
we
the
would
fishing
fish.
with.
We'd be
Yeah, that's
trolling
what you can
something.
do.
well, I'm
you know?
And actually, one of the things that we were doing was actually trying to get some video laid down of almost like an instructional type video how to do the onshore mapping.
Yeah.
And as I'm doing it, I keep breaking character isn't the right word, but I keep looking right at the cameraman, and I'm like, dude, there's all these shad just sitting off the edge of this thing. It's like a cloud
Can
of
we
bait
take a
fish.
break?
Like, can we stop filming for a second? Because my rod's laying right here at my foot, and it's burning me up not to just throw something at these fish.
George, was he looking at like the fifth wall?
Yeah.
With the crappie wall.
Just tearing it down.
Crappie crabber roll.
Yeah. So Pincho, we didn't catch. I think we caught.
We caught
10 or 12 fish.
We caught fish,
between
yeah.
the 5 of us. We had a couple bass, couple crappie, couple bluegill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I caught my first crappie.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And that was nice too. That
Yeah,
was
especially
nice.
as we
Now
don't
I
have
am
these in
a grown-up.
Lithuania, so.
Now you're a big
Only
grown-up.
now I am a grown up. Yeah.
Yeah, salesman instead of sales boy.
Yeah.
Do you remember what you caught that crappie on? What you were using when you?
Oh, and what you gave me?
Live minnow thing.
Yeah, that was
live
the shiner
minnow,
on a
yeah.
slip bobber. Yeah.
Yeah.
Live bait.
Before we go into the fishing, I do want to say that the thing
Say it, bud.
I was really, really super impressed with was the detail on. So I have a 7+, and Stevie's got some droid thing.
That's a Galaxy.
Oh, okay.
How do you not know that?
But like it's an actual sonar. I mean, it like
That's
I've seen the Lowrance and the hummingbirds and this and that, and then they have the smaller kayak units and different things. This thing is so bright and vibrant and detailed. You know, so you can see the base, you can see the grass and the rocks, and you know, with different colors indicate different things.
A beautiful thing is that you've already paid for that quality, but not to us, to Apple,
or
Samsung,
Samsung.
and all others. So a beautiful thing about using portable sonar is that you are using the device, a smartphone, and it gives you a high quality, high resolution, and we support that resolution. We give data in very high quality because we make sure that the scanning frequency is high.
Yeah.
So that makes sure that you see everything in very much detailed mode.
Altogether, our R&D guys who developed the app, they did a good job actually sync it up with Android and iOS devices, so you can actually see everything what's happening.
Oh, it's wonderful, and I see it on the even in the sun, even in the daylight. You know, I know it's the different screens kind of the hues go back.
I had devices overheating in the kayak because we were trying to keep them in little waterproof bags and stuff like that. Like I had stuff that was getting burnt up. It was that bright.
Yesterday for that.
And I actually pointed this out to the guys too. I'm borrowing one of their phones so we could do like a screen record type thing as I was talking about what we're seeing. So I wasn't using my phone. I'm using the Samsung, whatever that was. S4.
Yeah.
And I'm colorblind. But I could still see. Thanks, bud. I appreciate the concern. But I could still see, the color differences.
Yeah.
You know, it's like reds and oranges, greens and browns, things like that start to blend and blur. But when we were doing that onshore mapping part, and the little GPS icons flashing red until I get this thing thrown into the water and it connects, and all of a sudden, boom, it's green, and it's like I could actually see the difference in the color. It was impressive.
Yeah, that's cool. So back to the colorblind thing.
Rods and cones, bud. Rods and cones.
Anyway, Deeper is here.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Thank
where
goodness.
Yeah, we're sitting here right next to you. Come on.
Shoot, I can't believe
I was
it.
going to start talking about colorblind.
Pinch me.
After we got done, if we're ready to move past our morning at Pincho, and that took us into the afternoon, really. We had a nice lunch. Went back and did some additional stuff on the shore mapping. And then I think at that point,
Lucas got in the water.
Well,
let's
Lucas looked at me and he was like, okay, this is nice. This is fun. And, we're getting some good footage and we appreciate the hard work. But do you guys know anybody that can show us how to catch a fish? And I'm like, I know a guy. Let's go find him. So we left.
We ate
Pincho. What? I said about we had a nice lunch.
Did
you want to go over lunch?
Oh, we did eat lunch. That was
We explained to the waitress where Lithuania was.
yeah.
It's on the other. She's like, what?
I know America. I know Mexico. I know Canada. That's it.
Lithuania. I said it's just east of Reading. She was like, yeah.
Literally. Okay, gotcha. But before we get to the evening, so we basically finished up with our videography work at Pinchot, and
Our modeling.
I think Lucas was wanting, he was pretty eager to catch a fish. So you had bought something at the...
I bought several Rapala lures in the local bait shop. And I was just eager to catch that bass. Because we don't have a bass and I wanted one.
No bass in Lithuania.
No bass whatsoever.
One place to live.
Yeah.
That's why we're a small country. Nobody wants to live there without bass.
You get bass. It'll explode.
It's too cold for
Everybody
them.
lives
They'll
in
die.
the country where the bass are.
I was casting out my Rapala crankbait. And I was like, cast once, cast twice, cast third time. It's like going like a bit harder. I'm thinking, crap, is it like 6 feet deep or 16 feet deep? And then got snagged in the rocks. Like, okay, it's 6 feet deep. Okay, crap. It's like yank. It's not coming in. Okay, let's get it. It was at first. It was like knee deep water, knee deep, like waist deep, neck deep. Oh crap! But I got it.
Yeah, you got
it back. Like brand new Rapala, soaking wet.
So if I'm hearing this correctly, what you're saying is if you're paying attention to your deeper, you can save wear and tear on your tackle and your body.
Yeah, true. I was stupid enough not to use deeper at that point because everybody's filming. I was like, I'm just gonna get that bass. I'm just gonna get that bass. And then just.
I think it was intentional. He just needed to cool off.
Yeah.
It's hard to cool off when the water is hotter than the air. It's just going. It's like, hey, it's warmer here. Come on, we can swim.
Get a warm spell here.
Oh, it's been tough.
This is not miser weather.
I've heard that.
Tell me about it.
So Lucas got his lure back, so that's good. And then we decided it was time to actually go find some fish. But before we could find the fish, we needed to find the fishermen. And that was when we brought Catfish in.
Yeah.
A team showed up.
Yeah.
These guys were tired of messing around with the B and C team.
Well, we let David Kyle kind of off the hook, so to speak.
Right.
There was a lot of pressure.
Take a break,
yesterday.
bud. Seriously. Mister, I haven't fished anything since 2014 and catch everything in the league. Take a break.
Go easy on them.
Relax a little bit. Here's a hammock, maybe a massage or something like that. Let's go talk to Uncle Catfish.
Yeah, so we actually met up with Uncle Catfish, and I think I could see it on these guys' faces. Like they knew that we were close to fish. But before we could do that, we had to eat the epic meal of meals that between Catfish and Lacey, they put together quite the spread for us. I mean, he just had shelf after shelf of the smoker covered in all these exotic meats. And some meats were covered in bacon, some meats were covered in cheese, other meats were covered in bacon and cheese.
And more meat. Meat on meat.
I mean,
I'm getting hungry listening to it and remembering.
I think there's probably leftovers. There was so much food on there.
We pretty much killed it. There's like
did.
a little bit of a bag left.
All right.
If you need to go up and get a pinch.
Thank you to Catfish and to Lacey for that meal last night.
It was better than Fred's Family Restaurant where we ate
I've never had macaroni and cheese like that.
Ray's.
Dude, that's just it's
macaroni
and cheese.
Yeah.
But wow.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
I don't know. I digress. Deeper fishing.
They put the food down. But as soon as we were done, actually, Lucas, you weren't quite done with dinner, were you?
Everything looked so good. I tried to try it all, and I was looking at the planes thinking, Lithuanians not used to eating that much. But I gotta finish it. It's just so good. It's like,
Where else can we eat deer? The best ever. The best in the world.
That venison that was made last night was amazing.
That's going to ruin
That was again
We'll
the
never
first
have
time.
deer like that again.
No,
That's just the way he cooks it.
But poor Lucas is sitting there with this half a plate left full of food, and finally Catfish had enough. He was itching because he was like, spent most of the day at work. Then he came home, slaved over all this food to feed us. Finally, he just looked at everybody. He's like, finish eating. We're going fishing. Come on.
We gone.
So I'm actually going to hand these off to Catfish to get us up to speed with where we're at up until this point.
We're kind of prepping deeper for the introduction of Uncle Catfish. And I said, Lucas, you remember Uncle Catfish from the podcast?
Yeah.
Lucas says, how could I forget?
Exactly.
Catfish.
Hey, bud.
Hey, guys, what's up? Yeah. I appreciate the kind words, Brother Ryan. So after Cart Madera was done eating, I got to actually meet the Deeper guys yesterday afternoon. I didn't get to fish with you guys at Pincho, so just an amazing time so far. These guys are amazing. From coming across the pond a long way away, and I'll be honest with you, I have told myself for 3 weeks to actually look exactly where Lithuania is, and I still really don't know myself. So
It's tiny.
I know that it's a lot further away than I want to go. So, but no, after dinner, the guys went over to the dam and over to the lake, and we started fishing off the dam. And there was, I believe, David Kyle was there, Ryan.
It's a small army.
Phil was over there, Sean, Will, myself, Logan was with us. Everybody was actually over there. Even Lacey came over last night.
The Deeper 3.
And the Deeper 3. And we set up and did a kind of meet and greet since I didn't get to meet you guys yet. And did a little short demo video of tips and tricks for beginners or whatnot. And we were having fun talking. And I don't really remember what I said. So go on YouTube a couple months from now and watch it. So and
It was gold, whatever it was.
As we were doing this video, guys were catching perch, crappies, and a few bass behind me.
Yeah.
And
That's fair trade.
yeah. So the lake produced fairly decent for an evening of fishing, and I think we got some cool shots with some geese.
Carp got a mad bass.
He did.
Yeah, I wasn't really.
You redeemed yourself there, bud.
Yeah, we don't go a whole day without catching something nice, and you just waited till later in the evening because it was too hot during the day to do it. So you wanted to be nice to the bass. Catch them during the hot part of the day is harder on them. Just being nice.
It's not nice.
Yeah. So no, we had an epic night. Last night of fishing and filming was a great time. We worked up and down the dam, and we caught some fish. I struck out last night. And
You weren't really fishing. You were concentrating more on.
Well,
He was helping us out, not fishing.
I blame everything on George, actually.
It was
History
fault.
has shown in the last 15 years that if there's a camera around me, we don't catch or kill anything. So we leave the cameras at home anymore. But we had a really good time, and I had a great time talking to you guys. The Deeper guys were extremely supportive of my ADHD of kind of not knowing what I was talking about. Normally when I was doing the demo videos, I'd look up and go, Naz, where was I at? Like, what was I talking about?
Don't worry, the camera was not even on.
That's
Relax.
perfect. And I forget sometimes that I have a mic in my pocket when I'm by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm talking to myself, so I can't wait for you to listen to that back. 'Cause who knows what I said there. But, no, great night. I had an epic night today. Everybody went home pretty late last night, and we got up fairly early this morning and got at it again. And we did a lot of filming today. I think we did a lot of good stuff today. Unfortunately, here at the lake that we're fishing at in South Central Pennsylvania, they just recently treated the lake for grass. And when they do that, it drops the oxygen level in the water. When the oxygen level drops, the bass get very stagnant, if you will. They get very sluggish. And but for some reason, it seemed to it was like hyped up the crappies. So
Did it ever?
yeah, I mean, some of you guys caught almost 100 crappies.
Yeah.
Sean caught like 100 crappies by himself.
So there's a funny story about those crappies, how we found them, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing. Like, we were fishing off of Holsinger's Ledge this morning.
Right out of the marina, right?
Right off the marina, right off of Garcia's Point. If you go out past the buoy about 30 yards, or no, it is Holsinger's Ledge.
Holsinger's Ledge.
Sean found it first. And so we were fishing there, and we did catch.
If you get to Buckman Run, you went too far.
Yes.
Yeah, turn around.
Yeah. We actually caught a few fish there this morning. Fishing wasn't actually bad. We caught some fun fish there, and we could have definitely ate well just off of Holsinger's Ledge, but we played with the deeper systems out there a little bit and mapped out and looked around pretty much what I already knew was out there.
Yeah.
But then we went to a little later in the morning. We went over to. By the dam on a rock pile.
Just to the left of that buoy.
Just to the left of that buoy. And as we were going in, I told everybody, watch the deeper. And, Lucas was watching the
buoy of Brasilius.
Yes, exactly. And Lucas was
Brasilius.
Brasilius Ledge, the
Just
rock
don't.
pile.
Just down. I tried.
Lucas Ledge.
Back for trying, but just
Lucas
don't.
Ledge.
I knew it was there, and as
frighten
we
people.
were drifting over it, as Lucas was looking at the screen and going, I'm like, there's a rock pile here somewhere, and then all of a sudden, I could kind of see you get excited, go, there it is, I see it, it's like, we're on it. We drifted right over a rock pile, and sure enough, everywhere in that area around this big rock pile,
It was a big area.
It was a big area, this big rock pile was just a mass swarm of crappie.
It was a rock concert
Yeah.
of crappie.
Yeah, it's first catch, almost kind of thing.
Yeah, and ultimately, so had this been a lake that I haven't been to before, for instance, we were talking like Blue Marsh, and we were talking about what is the lake that you're talking about?
Memorial.
I've never been to Memorial Lake, so for me to get off work and run up to Memorial Lake, I would literally have to go hunt all day long,
You'd lose all
blindfolded
day
to try to
figure
find
it out.
structure. And just like this rock pile this morning, now that I have the deeper connected to my kayak, I'm not blinded anymore. It is my eyes under the water for me, and I don't know how to explain that any better than I'm an x-ray technologist and I work in surgery. These surgeons cannot put screws in your knees, hips, and your back without my camera. I'm the surgeon's eyes when I work in surgery. They can't work with me, or work without me, rather.
You're the deeper of surgery.
I'm the deeper of surgery. Now, having said that, I don't know really how I fished before deeper because I was a blind surgeon. I got it done,
Yeah.
but I wasn't doing it right.
Old school.
Yeah.
Now I'm surgically fishing because now I can surgically find right where I want to fish and get these fish that I want to find.
And that was the thing I kind of touched on earlier as well for myself, because I'm new, I'm just getting behind the wheel of this thing, and it just makes it super fun. And before, like I said, when we were kids, we had time to fish. We had holes everywhere.
Yeah.
And however weird that sounds, but
Tell me about it, bud.
But taking the deeper out, I would have, if I wanted to fish and catch a bunch of fish, blah, 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 I would have had to take a Stevie, Uncle Catfish, Sean, to get on the fish the first time out.
Sure.
Otherwise you're just lucky, blind luck, beginner's luck, whatever it is. This time, Deeper is now my new buddy, and I'm sorry for you guys.
Rule number 4 last night: take a buddy fishing with you that's slightly better than you are.
Deeper.
Logan doesn't know it. For 13 years, my buddy Logan was my deeper fish finder. I got off work and called Logan and said, where are they at?
You've now been relieved of your duty, sir.
Because he has been out all day long fishing while I was at work, so I knew exactly where to go and what they were biting on.
He was not telling you he was using deeper fish finders.
I promise that I will not replace you with a small, deeper sonar
With
ball.
a small black ball that attaches to my phone.
But it is, it's that good. Like it is now your new fishing buddy.
Yeah.
It has the knowledge of 40 uncles that have fished the river their whole life, and 2 grandpaps, and your dad.
And I'm looking forward to you guys saying, Will, where were you fishing last week? I'd be like, use your deeper. I don't care. What?
Yeah.
Check the history of
Do your own work. Map your own stuff.
That's the thing, though. I think in some cases, when you talk to people about it, they say it's cheating. Why do you need to do that? You should be able to fish without this. You know, blah blah. Those sort of. I think some people may have a negative opinion of it, but if you want to spend all day trying to locate the fish,
lounging by the bank,
but by all means, do it.
I understand.
If you want to find fish and then figure out how to catch them,
In such cases, we ask, do you want to paddle all day or fish?
Tools that are available. You know?
There's a big difference whenever I'm almost 38 years old.
right?
We're about 30.
Pushing
You guys are older than
pushing
that.
37, something like that. So.
I'm 38, pushing 37.
But anyhow, I'm at the point in my life where I want to go target big fish and catch big fish, not hunt for them anymore. Like running up and down the rivers and things like that. That kind of stuff was for me in my teens. Now I want to get out there and utilize the most time I can by targeting the fish, finding the fish, and now fishing for them.
Yeah.
Because there's other aspects of what lures to use, what colors to use, what presentation, slow or fast to use, that I have to figure out after I find the fish, and that deeper gives me that much of an excuse. I mean, it's ultimately, for me, it's a trail camera for fishing.
We
That's
were
what it
using a chartreuse and white crappie magnet today.
Yeah.
On some gold and silver jig heads, and if we wouldn't have been at Holsinger's Ledge,
If Holsinger wouldn't have brought trout bait,
Lucas Point, we wouldn't have, and we would have been using those
trout fishermen.
where there's no crappie around. We would have thought, these are garbage. I'm never going to use them again. But because we knew there were fish underneath us, we were able to find the best lure, the best bait.
And you don't have to move around the lake changing baits, or else you would have missed that window.
Exactly.
With changing baits. So you could target the fish, be over top of them, then change your colors and baits around until they bite.
Yeah.
If you change your colors and baits around after you're drifting around that entire lake, you may have drifted right through that window with the wrong bait, and you would have caught fish all day. And these guys that are negative about it,
That sounds exhausting after as much as we fished.
Yeah.
Could you imagine doing that? What we did all day today and not catching anything?
Those guys that tell me all the time, like the guys that say negative things, there is always a negative person in everything.
Yeah.
There's a couple things that I've heard about Deeper that I personally want to put to a close. Having used it, at very first glance, when I picked it up and took it out of the box, I thought it was a toy or a gimmick.
Christmas ball.
It's a Christmas ball.
I want one.
It's
You can just
somebody
give me the
that
plastic shell.
It's somebody
I'd love
that
to have that on my tree.
put a couple watch batteries and something with a light on it and sold it and said it works. That is not the case. Now that I've used it, and you know that I'm really hard on my equipment,
using it for
the thing's
3 or 4
rugged.
months.
It's rugged. Even though that it is small and lightweight, the power that it packs is amazing. It is not a toy. You don't want to let your dog chew on it or the kids roll it up and down the steps. Even though that it is ruggedly built, the thing is, for all intents and purposes, an actual, fish finder that you would put on a boat.
Yeah.
It does everything that they do. And so it's not a toy. When you see it at first and you go, this thing looks, a little toyish, throw that out the window. I'll put that to bed. Second of all, real quick, some of the guys that are out there that, they might be like kind of held back because of, they don't maybe believe in the technology that it could possibly be in this tiny little unit. Forget about that. All the technology is in it. I'll tell you that right now. I've been playing with it for weeks, and I'm still impressed every time I take it out. Thirdly, if people that are negative about it saying that, that's cheating and you're using that to find fish and blah, blah, blah. Well, I hate to say it, but go grab a cane pole in a straight line and get rid of your compound, pick up a stick bow. There's a lot of things in the industry, hunting and fishing, that you're using that, could be called helping you out cheating. To be able to see under the water where the fish are, I don't personally find it to be cheating. All it is a time saver for me. So for me, the Deeper system is a time saver. It puts me on the fish quicker.
If you're on a boat, it's not cheating for some reason. But if you're casting from a bank, it's cheating. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand.
And altogether, you have to catch the fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how many times I marked massive
How many
margins
times
and
you whip back contact? It's not a guarantee.
I think what will happen in time is a lot of the naysayers or people that look at it in a catalog or online and go, I don't know, that thing looks kind of, flimsy or what you will. They need to hear it from guys that use it and believe in it and get it out there to know that it's not a toy. It works perfectly. And you know what? I'm amazed at the battery life. That thing will outlast my brand new phone. The battery life on it is amazing. It lasts all day long. In heat, cold water, don't matter what it is. I'm impressed with the technology that's in it.
The published battery life is 5.5 hours continuous use. Yeah, I think
but the point is that you actually don't need when you fish from the shore. You don't need to keep deeper switched on.
When you anchor up over a pot of crappies, you can just turn it on.
It has done its
Just start
job.
fishing at that point.
Grab another pole.
I personally enjoy the product. If I didn't like it, and you came to visit me here at the house, I would tell you that I didn't like it, and I wouldn't podcast
make
about
you
it.
spit out this deer steak.
Yeah. I'm impressed, guys. It's a great product. I can't wait to see the innovation from your company further, because I know you're going to come up with cool new stuff, whether it be adding to the new Deeper or the apps. I know it comes with, a night cap so you can fish at night, and it has a really cool swing arm that I can use for my kayak, which I really like, and you can either throw it from the bank or map it from behind the boat. It does so much more than people think, with water temperature, GPS, depths, fish finders on. And I love the way that you can turn the fish sounds on and off, because a lot of guys don't like fish alarms. You can turn the fish ID on and off just like a regular fish finder. I love the fact that I can have a really big, and I'm not going to mention any company names, but a really big fish finder on the boat. And then I can get into ice season, and I have to carry an ice flasher with a battery on it so I have two separate units, and I no longer need either one of them, and I don't need to buy new batteries. It's all in one unit. And if you've noticed on my bass boat today, my fish finder's gone. I took it off because this thing is 10 times more detailed than my fish finder was, and it does more than it did. So
that sounds like a business. You buy Deeper, you sell your old fish finder, you make money.
Yes.
We buy old fish finders.
When the word gets out, this flea market will be full of old fish finders. And like you said, you're relatively, at 5 years, you're a newer company for us. The word is getting out. I'm watching through Facebook and social media that people are asking me about it, that see pictures. I see a lot of comments on, I wish I could try it before I buy it. I wish I had one of those, this and that. Before long, all those people will be saying the same thing I am, that I wish I'd have had this 5 years earlier.
If George has anything to do with it, I mean, everybody's going to see it real soon.
Yeah.
We got enough footage for everyone.
So that's what I have to say about the product. With you guys coming over here, I didn't have any anxiety of 3 Lithuanians coming to my house. Actually, it was only 2. I didn't know you were coming, so I'm glad I cooked extra deer steak. They just surprised me with an extra Lithuanian.
Dozen of steaks,
Yeah. So, but as far as like the guys that work for a company, and I've met a lot of guys in the industry, extremely open and cool guys. We really appreciate. I mean, you guys said to me that thanks for the hospitality, but I return that same thing to you. You guys have been amazing, and you've been I woke up this morning with a really bad headache, and you were very patient with me when I told you to be here at a certain time, and I was still walking around the driveway hooking a boat up, and I'm normally never late. But
I'm not either.
And we were waiting for Will.
Will had to chase the Rottweiler that ran down the road, and I had a rabbit running around the house that got in from the front door. I had 1,000 excuses why I was late this morning. I couldn't get Holsinger up. Actually, he was up watching TV when I got up, so he was already up. But my goal for you guys tomorrow is to go ahead and catch some nice smallies on the river. And I'll leave it at that. That's our goal for tomorrow. We're going to fish again tomorrow. And I'd like to personally thank Logan behind me, my buddy, 13-year-old fisherman.
He helped us a lot this week.
He got us bait that helped. He constantly gets me bait and to help catch some of these fish.
Scouting that he did for us and kind of like telling us, stay away from this place, do this. You know, like
In the last 3 days, he's run to the river 3 times to check multiple locations to tell me where to take you guys fishing. So it makes me look good whenever I have a secondary fish finder behind me that has put in a lot of time behind scenes that you don't see to make you guys' trip nice. So
just
thank you.
because you're sitting around drinking a beer doesn't mean you're not working.
That's exactly right. I actually
That's
said
a
that
golden
earlier.
phrase. Yes, that's another experience we bring back to.
I don't remember who asked me what was going on. And so what's the plan? I said, I was sitting here drinking a beer. I said, right where you're at in that chair. I said, hey, just because I'm drinking a beer don't mean I ain't doing anything because you were out doing my work for me. So, no, thank you. And thank you guys. I'm going to let Holsinger tell you about his day because he is the first person ever that I've ever seen catch a fish the way he did today. So, Mr. Sean.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind if we could talk with George a little bit.
All right.
Hey guys, I'm in here now. This is Sean and we got George, our cameraman from the weekend, on with us now too.
Hey guys,
Video meet
George here.
Hi, George.
I just got to give a big shout out to R2 Pursuits because I've been on fishing trips with Deeper. I've been to Germany, Finland. I've been like filming
UK?
a lot. Yeah, UK as well, like 5 times or something. But the amount of knowledge, the amount of exciting shots and fish, and knowledge and professionalism I got from R2 Pursuits is second to none.
Really?
So yeah, exactly.
We have nothing to compare it to. We're just us being us.
Yeah, you'll see it on the video, man.
Yeah.
You'll see it on the video. It's amazing. The scenery, everything. It's my first time in USA. I'm excited about everything.
Sure.
It's like just everything I saw in the movies. I see it live now with my own eyes. But the amount of the fish. I've got my first American crappie today as well. So
Yeah.
We'll get you a bass.
I hope.
That
I
was
hope.
on your
will.
first cast, too.
Yeah, it was my first cast.
He's the one who caught the first cast.
First cast.
I put the camera down and first cast I got a crappie.
It was killing you. I felt bad because me and Lucas and Phil were on the boat, and George is there filming, and you got Sean that's ripping them out like 6 at a time. Will's catching them, Catfish is catching them, and George is just he's panning from one. I'm doing this panning motion with my hands. You go from one to the next. It's a good thing he was on a swivel chair, or else he would have a sore neck now. But he's just looking, and you could tell. He's like, I'm putting the camera down. I got to catch it. And he grabs a rod, drops it in, bang, fish on. It maybe 10 seconds. I don't know.
Yeah, it
But
was.
you look like a.
Now, did you get enough crappies? Did you get crappie thumb too today or not?
Absolutely, yeah. I got crappie smell on my hands as well.
Everybody.
That's a badge of honor, bud.
Crazy.
No,
Yeah, I gotta thank you guys because I'm gonna go back to the office to my editing suite with like 100 gigs of footage. Maybe.
Yeah. We still got
even more
more.
for tomorrow.
Yeah. So like when they're like, has anyone seen George? Like he's editing. We heard he's, they'd slip food under the door.
We heard the legend of George. Last time we seen him, he was coming back from USA.
Yeah, and it's hard to break me with cameras, but you kind of almost broke me with all the tension and kind of fishing in the sun.
It was crazy.
American sun, man. I'm not used to it.
We aren't either. This is a hot spell for us, and it
unusual,
happens for a couple weeks over the summer. It's miserable for us. We're bigger dudes. We kind of like cooler climates.
Absolutely.
George, could you talk a little bit about what footage you got, what you asked us to do, what you're going to do with it, where all that's going to end up, just so people kind of know how to look for it.
But primarily what I needed is fishing knowledge, how to catch bass, how to catch crappie, related to deeper use of the sonar as well. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what I got. I needed scenery as well, and we got into the Pinch Lake, was it, yeah? The Thursday. The fog was amazing early in the morning, I got some nice slow motion shots. So from the beautiful, slow motion content to the knowledge, to the usage of the deeper as well, to the way you talk, guys. I don't have to lead you through the knowledge.
Maybe me a little bit.
Yeah, no, that was good as well. Because I'm a cameraman who fishes a little bit. I'm not a fisherman. So it gets really hard when I have to ask a fisherman to talk about fishing. And
I'm a podcast editor.
Podcaster, not a fisherman.
So yeah, the amount of footage I've got, and it's more than enough. It's second to none. I'm real happy.
How much I know we had a bunch of birds fly over, the geese and the egret and the
great blue herons, ospreys.
Were you able to catch some?
Yeah, I've got some of them. I've been waiting for the bald eagle.
Yeah,
I didn't manage to get it.
Yeah. That'll be good tomorrow. It's tomorrow on the Susquehanna, which is a larger for.
You were going to try to get one of those eggs through customs, weren't you?
A bald eagle.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
The BEE.
No, I hope they let me out of America with all the footage now. If they check it, they'll tax me on it.
They'll say the eagle has landed.
So you're going to take all this footage and break it down into
like, I don't know,
lessons,
50 videos
like
or something.
50 videos
at the moment. Yeah.
We're gonna be world famous.
Anyhow,
international.
You're
male
already
models.
world famous, Sean. What are you talking about?
We're going to be. Sean says
We're going to be
welcome.
Sean Holsinger famous.
Yeah, Sean just says welcome to the club.
Yeah, no, but a big shout out to R2 Pursuits, absolutely, guys.
Oh, thank
You're
you
amazing.
so much, man. This is where it's not too far off from what we do typically, and like I said, it's hard to believe that weird things happen. We talk about it. We don't always show with pictures and stuff, but catfish diving down, cutting ropes.
Yeah, that was fun.
All this stuff. It just that's when. Lucas fits right in. He's like, I'm not losing that Rapala. Because
next season.
I love it. So this is what we do. But no, guys, and it says so much about your company to get a group of you guys over here and just wanting to hang out and get it done. And I don't know. Nature cooperated for the most part so far.
It did.
Yeah. Other than the heat of the sun. Yeah.
Sean, speaking of sun, you had a pretty interesting thing happen to you today that was probably shouldn't happen when the sun's out.
What?
You're ice fishing.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. We were having a little fun today with Facebook Live. So if you get on our Facebook Live page, you can see a little video clip of me. We did.
So, after 85 crappies, you kind of get done. You kind of get tired of fishing.
Well,
or more.
Yeah, I had to get inventive to have. I'd probably caught 85, and that's one thing I want to say. I'm the trout guy. I'm the trout fisherman, and I figured it out today before you guys. So that was a lot of fun. But no, we were sitting in the boat, and I looked down at my kayak, and I saw the hole there for where the actual sonar mount goes to where you put your sonar system in your boat if you have a fish finder in the kayak. Well, it's an open hole,
or the iDrive, or
right,
whatever.
Yeah,
different
to paddle your kayak with or whatever. But I actually used it a couple times to put my deeper system in, so it wasn't dragging behind the boat, and I didn't have to use a rod.
I saw that in retrospect.
Yeah.
So mine was on a fishing rod, and I just had it, kind of trolling behind me or beside me. He had his down in the middle of the boat, just sitting there, and it was riding along in the boat.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of, in essence, just like an actual transducer on a boat where you mount it inside the boat. Mine was right there in the middle of the boat, shooting straight down, getting the view right underneath me. So that was really cool.
That's awesome. I was like, what are you doing? I looked in there.
But then after a while, I got to looking at this hole, and I was like, that looks like an ice fishing hole.
Yeah.
So I said, let's have some fun here. And we turned the Facebook Live on, and I told Will, I said, I'm going to drop my line down through here and pull a crappie up out through that hole. So I hooked into one, and we were going to try to get Facebook Live up, and it was kind of going a little slow, and I lost that. So we had to start all over and catch another one. And I dropped it down and was jigging it a little bit and missed 2 or 3. You'll see me on there lifting my hand trying to set the hook, and I couldn't hook one. And then I just left it sit there, and I watched the line in that hole in the boat start to swim to the other side of the hole, and I lifted it up and pulled the line, hand-lined it just like you do ice fishing, pulled that fish right up through that hole in the boat, got a couple pictures with it, and dropped her back in the hole just like ice fishing down through. We were doing some summertime ice fishing.
I mean, anybody can do it. Feel free, right?
But no, what a blast today. We had so much fun. It was, once we figured out what depth they were and what we were using with the sonar. We could track them. We knew they seemed to be hanging like 10 to 13 feet of water in that depth was where we was marking them at, but they were all like 7 feet. Just drop her down there, get your line measured on your rod and drop her down there. And every cast I had a fish just about.
I had better luck just setting the rod down and not even touching it.
Every time I messed with my phone and text my wife or something like that, my rod was going over the side of the boat. Yep. I one time, just out of curiosity, wondered just how many fish. I wasn't keeping count. Mm-hmm. So just out of curiosity, I was wondering how many fish I caught. So I figured I'm just going to time myself for 10 minutes and see how many fish I can catch. Just so I have, a little bit of something to gauge a guess at how many fish I caught. And in 10 minutes, I caught 11 fish. And I was trying to get one before the 10th minute was up, and I couldn't get one. And right after the 10th minute was up, I popped the line in and pulled one out. So,
basically 12.
Basically 12 in 10 minutes.
Yeah. So, I think for the most part, most people had that kind of experience. I think you probably had the most. But, I just...
Yeah, once
I got tired. I was, taxiing around. You were stuck, so, did you need jerky and water? I was going back and forth, and catfish started swimming.
Yeah.
It's we just... It was fun. Man, we had a great day.
Yeah, at one point, you guys had to make a trip over to the bank, and, I was on the fish, and I didn't want to catch fish. I wanted to see you guys catching fish, because you don't get the chance to do this all the time. You don't have crappie over there, do you?
No, we don't. No.
Yeah, and I wanted to make sure you got on them and was catching fish like I was. And I'm like, I don't want to fish the hole out. I'm a trout fisherman.
I'm literally 50 yards away, and I'm like, the hole is bigger than you think. It's there right here, too.
We're like, get over here, guys. Come on. What are you doing there?
You're not going to outfish this hole.
Guys,
go ahead, bud.
No, you first.
I was just going to say, my deeper was just fish.
Yeah, we went back and looked at the history, that's another. I'm glad you brought that up, because that's another pretty neat feature of the app. So you can go back and there's a histories tab. You can go back and see how your day went, and look at everything the Deeper scanned for that day. And it was just blanked out with those crappie. 6 feet, 8 feet. It depending on where you were, they were all over.
10 feet. It was the floor was probably 12 to 17 feet, and they were
suspended
column
there. But that was a good time.
I'll tell you, one of the other things that I had fun with was you guys was we don't oftentimes we go out and try to film ourselves fishing, but it's always one of us filming each other, and we kind of get bored, not get bored, but it's he's having fun. Why ain't I having fun? Why am I doing the work and not getting to do the hunting and that kind of stuff? So it was so nice having an actual cameraman with us today.
A legit cameraman. How about it?
Who's dedicated and loves doing that kind of stuff.
It's nice that you're saying that, but we haven't seen his work yet.
Yeah, that's true. We should wait.
Page. Come on. all the videos is this. I'm kidding.
George does all those.
Yeah.
All those awesome videos on the Deeper.
All Deeper official videos.
Yeah, the official ones.
Wow.
Yeah. Official ones, is all George work.
It's funny
the main Deeper screen that comes up on Facebook with
My Deeper.
All the pretty cool graphics. That's George. Wow.
George.
We got him here.
It's funny because about 1.5 years ago, I didn't know nothing about fishing.
Yeah.
I came into the company just as a regular cameraman, and after editing fishing videos for a year, the placebo effect kicked in.
Yeah. I'll bet it did.
I've started to get interested in fishing.
100 crappies later, you're good.
So we're sitting here talking about American fishing. Give us a little bit about what you guys fish for over there.
Not that much, to be honest. Compared to you, it's just like a little dog and an elephant. we got pikes, we got perch, we got chub,
bream,
carp,
trout, salmon.
Yeah, but you gotta. I don't know. There's not that much fish, to be honest.
Yeah. It's really hard to catch anything in Lithuania because it's really overfished. Yeah. So all the predator fish are pretty much just full. They're not hungry, and then they're just not interested in your lure.
That's what they use.
To catch them, it really is a work. to do it.
That's where the use of the deeper comes in quite a bit.
Sure.
Because you got to target that individual fish and find that structure.
I mean, so like what you're saying about little, not a lot of fish versus a lot of fish. Pennsylvania, comparatively, is kind of like the Lithuania of the United States. I mean, we have only a handful of different species. If you go to Maryland, it just gets crazy. Plus they have the ocean, they have salt water, and then they have a whole bunch of different species, gar and snakeheads and all kinds of things.
Well, and then you get down into Florida and you get all the tropical stuff that people have thrown out of their aquariums in the water and stuff like that.
Yeah, we fish in Florida.
No, I like Pennsylvania.
Fish and such.
I like Pennsylvania much more than Florida.
Do you?
Yeah.
You're probably the only
the
two
humidity
people in the
Florida
world
is killing us. The heat, the humidity is it's not for us. No,
it's not only that. It's my first time in America, and I'm just a simple, European guy from a small country.
Sure.
All the movies I've seen, Al Pacino, Pulp Fiction, everything. I had that theory that America is not real, the American dream, blah, blah, blah. You come to the border, they punch you up, they beat you up, and they send you back, and so, give you like a line to say America is amazing, but it's not real. And in Florida, you don't get that authenticity. You get the tourist places, you get the beach, you get the crabs on the beach,
Sure.
But here, I look through the window, I see the shots from a movie,
Did you watch Scarface before you
Absolutely, man. I've seen all of them. I've seen all of them.
Say hello to my little friend.
So, yeah, big up to USA, absolutely.
One thing, when we were talking earlier, Lucas and I were talking, and we were talking about fish. You guys are big carp fishermen over there, and we kind of think it's like trash fish around here. Not trash fish. It's a fun sporting fish. It's fun to catch. But you guys eat them.
Yeah, ironically, yes. In Eastern Europe, we do eat carp. I don't particularly do it because I don't really eat fish, but yeah, you can actually
I eat them.
Yeah, you just can buy in the supermarket the carp, and
that's one of the things that I thought was funny. He said you can go into the supermarket, like the only thing we can go in and buy live at the supermarket is lobster. You can go into the lobster tank and pick out which lobster you want. He said you can walk in and buy a carp out of the carp tank.
What? Yeah,
absolutely. I saw a carp jumping from
but not like big ones. River sturgeon have like small. It's pretty much like really small.
I saw a carp jumping from a tank and just bouncing on the floor for like 5 minutes until somebody got him and put him back in the shop.
Humanity.
That was a surreal experience.
Yeah.
I did have to give Lucas my grandfather's recipe for cooking carp.
Did you really?
Yeah, that was a good one.
I told him my grandfather's recipe for cooking carp was you catch yourself a nice carp, and then you find yourself a board and you start a fire. You put the carp on the board, you put the board in the fire. When the board turns black, you pull it out, you throw away the carp, and you eat the board. That's the American's impression of carp as food.
I don't know. I never tried it. So
maybe
I have a guy.
Never tried to eat it, so I don't know.
I have a guy that I work with that eats head cheese and all that kind of stuff. Anything off the wall, pig souse, you name it, he eats it, and he'll eat carp and say it's good, but I can't take his word for it because he also eats head cheese.
What the
and
heck's head cheese?
You take pig head and just anything you can find on it.
Just cut it off and mash it together.
So it's actual head cheese.
It's not cheese, but
it's more gelatinous.
Yeah,
gelatinous face.
Come on, Catfish really fed us really nice deer meat. Why you tell that story? Come on.
To each his own, I guess.
Okay, now, and another thing, the discussion, we kind of joked around about it, about your European sizes.
Oh, yeah. We are tiny people. Yeah, we are tiny people.
That's what we found out why you have your tiny sizes, because you're tiny dinner portions.
Yeah, but we did. First thing we came to Pennsylvania, we went to Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah.
And we asked for where we can have some good buffalo wings.
Yeah.
So we directed that to Underdogs.
Yeah, Underdogs.
We went to Underdogs.
Yes. Yeah.
And we had 60 wings between 3 of us. So that's quite impressive.
Yeah, but we were
blistering over ourselves, like looking at the.
I saw the before and after pictures.
Yeah, we have to finish. It's like I don't want it anymore, but we have to finish. It's like
You hammered it. Yeah,
I'm still full. I'm still digesting.
proud of you guys.
Next time you're in town, if you're in town on the right night, we got to get them to a Quaker Steak and Lube on a Tuesday night for all you can eat wings.
oh, you
it's
can
a
eat.
buffet.
So probably we eat like 15 to 20 wings and we're done.
That's it.
You learned your lesson.
Can we take it out? For breakfast or something? Yeah, because your portions are ridiculously large. You get the meal come to you. You look at it, you think that looks awesome, and then second look, how the hell am I gonna eat all that?
What was your favorite American food you found while you were here?
Baby back ribs. It's brilliant. It was,
No
it
baby
was so-
back ribs in Lithuania.
Baby back ribs. Do we have it? Sort of, kind of have it, but
not the same.
not like this. It's like we ate. It's like they are just melting in the mouth. It's like I'm getting hungry
Good
again.
stuff.
Again.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
For me, the food I had cabbages. The venison.
That was your favorite?
That was amazing. That was
Yeah, well, I'm not comparing like home cooked meal.
Yeah.
It beats everything to what's there. But I was
and macaroni. I've never had macaroni and cheese, so I got to thank Lacey for that.
Yeah, the macaroni and cheese, like
That's as American as you can get.
Their recipe, the fry recipe, macaroni and cheese. I haven't had that other than here, and it's madness, right? It's gooey, cheesy.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
You know, noodly, topped with Ritz crackers, right?
That was not my mac and cheese. That was James. I made mine completely different.
Really?
Completely different.
So that's catfish original.
I think there was some meat in there, bacon or something smoky. I don't
He
know.
doesn't do any like his.
I asked him, he wouldn't tell me. He's just eat it.
The Italian
Okay,
style had a meat in it as well.
It was
Like a
good.
rigatoni.
Whatever.
'Cause I've only heard of macaroni and cheese in the movies. The Bronx Tale, that
Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
That's where I heard about macaroni and cheese, and I was wondering what it tastes like.
Well, like I said, I mean, you got a catfish original, but it's that, you know, his is like kind of like macaroni and cheese on steroids.
Nice.
It's been fun hanging out with you guys. It's neat to see a different perspective. And another thing that's funny too, and we have experienced it in Canada when we were up there bear hunting last year.
Bear fishing.
Bear fishing. As you cross the border, never go bear fishing in Canada. They look at you really strangely, and they pull you over and they give you a thorough search. But anyway,
How thorough?
I just
Completely thorough.
the guy said, you know, what are you here for? We had our fly rods and we were going on a bear hunt. And when, you know, he looked at me weird and he's like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, we're going bear fishing. And then
Fly rods.
yeah, and he's like, bear fishing, huh?
never heard of that one.
Pull over.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
going to need you.
We're going to need you to pull over there, and then come inside. Our other guys went with, they had to pull over, but we had to go inside.
Were you nervous, Bud?
I was a little bit intimidated.
Grill up.
It's Canada. Come on, nicest people in the world, so they say.
Not at the border. Not at the border. That was very suspicious.
Well,
All right.
they're more than happy to let you out. It's letting you in that they have a problem. But no, it's funny how outsiders, non-Americans, have a view of us here and have so much knowledge of America. That's one thing that is always I've kind of found funny that you guys know so much about. We had to look up where Lithuania is at on the map. You know, I knew it was an Eastern European country, but I didn't know where. And you guys know all about us and what you guys picture as American. Like, you guys want to take home cowboy hats.
Oh yeah, I do. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
All the Westerns.
Yeah.
Yeah, luckily,
Belt buckles and cowboy boots. What?
luckily here in the podcast room, Tombstone's on continuous loop.
Absolutely. What else is there?
But now that's one thing that I really enjoyed about my experiences here lately, like Canada, with the guides up there and fishing with you guys, has taken your impressions of things that happen here and
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
reliving it,
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
so to speak, because we take it for granted,
Yeah.
often. So having you guys and seeing our world through your eyes is kind of cool. And I appreciate everything, man. This is great. And
So tomorrow we're gonna head to the river, right? We're gonna do some wet wading.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
You gonna say
go.
that?
No, I was going to start to wrap it up, but like
You want? Let's talk real quick about what we're doing tomorrow.
I'm here for you. It's your podcast.
You just edited it out anyway. So tomorrow we're gonna head to the river.
boy.
Go ahead.
Tomorrow we're gonna head to the river, the Susquehanna, and do some wet wading. You guys haven't caught nearly enough bass, so we're hoping.
Haven't filmed enough anyway.
Yeah, haven't caught enough. We haven't filmed enough, so we're hoping to hit one of Logan's secret spots where he catches 438 bass in like 2 hours. So he's done it. He swears it. So, but so we're gonna find some spots where we're sure to get into some smallmouth.
I mean,
get them on film.
nature cooperates, barring any whatever. This should be,
who knows?
great,
We should
but,
catch some, but. So we're going to do some pretty cool video work tomorrow, right? With
Absolutely.
The
If I don't-
360.
If I don't drop my camera into the water.
Don't drop that.
Yeah, we'll do a 360 video as well.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. Get your Oculus Rift and Google Cardboard glasses ready.
Yeah.
it's just
Cool.
Our 2 pursuits are going to be
Our
360 VR.
That's going to be awesome. All right. We appreciate you guys looking us up and hanging out with us. It's just been fun.
It's been amazing.
Spending a couple of days with you guys.
It's been amazing for us as well. Right,
guys-
Lucas?
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like you have 8 new best friends?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's why
hope
we
so.
came down. Come on.
Well, Lucas already.
I've just
did.
had Will and Dave add me on Facebook though, so what's about that? It's just 2 out of 8.
We'll make it happen, brother.
So 6 more to go.
Collect all 8. I just need to learn how to spell your last name so I can find you.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. Let them friend you. Trust me.
No, it's better other way around because there's less of us than you guys.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
You saw our last names; they really messed up last names. So
I'm not even allowed to try anymore.
I can spell it out for you. You know, you can type it up, but to pronounce it,
So, that being said, guys, where can they find you on the internets? And besides our cool podcast.
on Facebook is Deeper.
Okay.
On Instagram is by Deeper.
Okay.
It's our Instagram page, or you can just go to deepersonar.com and you'll see all information there. All the links to our social medias. We use YouTube, Instagram, Facebook channels. So probably the best place to start is deepersonar.com. And where you can find the actual Deeper smart sonar. So
Where can we buy it?
Yeah, you can look it up in Amazon.com. We have all of our arsenal there, all the Deepers, all the accessories.
Nice.
Also, you can find it in Cabela stores and Cabela's online store, so cabela's.com.
Nice.
And in various like local tackle stores, independent tackle stores around the country.
Mm-hmm.
So just look them at. Keep your eye out, and you'll see it either online or in the retail store.
Yeah, I'm seeing them pop up more and more. So, different places that Dick's Sporting Goods, Field and Stream.
Yeah. I completely forgot about those. Yeah, you can find it there as well. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate everything. This has been wonderful. Sean, where can they find you, bud?
Okay, they can find me at wholesingersflyshop.com and on Facebook with Wholesingers Fly Shop and on my YouTube channel, Wholesingers Fly Shop. You got about 160-some videos on there to learn about fly tying and fly fishing.
Are you going to do anything with Deeper?
I did some work with Deeper, and we talked a little bit about fly fishing. So they'll have some stuff, how you could use it fly fishing to get a better view of the water and stuff, and know when you're walking in. Like we was talking with fish, finding that rock pile where we caught all the crappies today.
Yeah.
I can go into a stream and know from the first trip that I went there, the next 5 times it's not going to change. The underwater structure is going to be the same. So
Sure. Yeah, it sounds good.
Yep.
And Steve, where can they find us?
They can find us at www.rutandriverpursuits.com. Find us on Facebook, Rut and River Pursuits Podcast, Instagram at R2Pursuits, Twitter, look us up there, download the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, and Castbox.
Awesome. All right, guys, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Later.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Rut and River Pursuits podcast. Follow the R2 Pro staff by searching Rut and River Pursuits on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Until the next episode, we need to see you in the outdoors.